Hi, I'm Bonnie Serratore, and today is the energy update for May. May is going to be a pretty awesome month. It is the revelation. Okay, so what's happening is there's this light energy, like really bright light. So we're coming out of April, which was that shrouding, and actually the energy is starting just that last week of April, and by the time we hit May, it'll be pretty strong. But there's this intense light. It's a very bright light. It has a yellow-white light to it, a little bit more yellow than white, but very intense, very powerful, very potent. Okay, so what's happening is that light will be shining on the planet, but around everyone as well. So as that light is literally shining, just imagine taking like the sunlight and you're standing out in the sun and that light is just on you, okay? There's a burn to it in a sense, it gets pretty hot. But what's happening with that energy of that light, the revelation, is it's literally going to be revealing, okay? It's such a bright light. It is the energy of the new paradigm, okay? But that light is so bright, like when I watch the energy of it, literally, not only does it penetrate, the skin, your skin, it penetrates and goes deep, deep, deep throughout the entire body, okay, into the subconscious. It's going to be hitting all the chakras as well. Okay, so it's like this, it's like a revelation, okay? This brilliant, bright light revealing, revealing, revealing everything that's been buried, deeply holding on to, deeply buried. What's happening is that light shines, it hits these really deep places in the subconscious that you don't even know exist. Okay, so sometimes we have a sense of, I can feel there's an angst. I had a reaction. I can feel hurt, or I feel angry, or I feel frustrated, or I'm feeling like a victim. You're aware of those kinds of things, but that doesn't mean you have a sense of what they're connected to. So with this, with the revelation, what's happening is that light is like an awareness. It helps to bring awareness. So let's just say in the subconscious that you've had a behavior that you've been playing out your entire life. And let's say that you have been doing your inner work, meaning you have done a lot of emotional work. You have done a lot of facing of yourself. You're someone who is seeking to know who you are, that is seeking to heal your wounding, okay, to get liberated from within. So there's still places that you're still not finding, okay? Your mind tries to understand, why am I feeling this way? What's this connected to? Is it with my mother, my father? What is this connected to? You can't get it, okay? Well, the month of May quite possibly could be the month where it gets revealed. Okay, so what's happening now? Think about this. Light, bright, bright, bright light penetrating your whole being, your whole body, coming right down into the subconscious, into the chakras. It's lighting up the chakras. What it's doing is it's revealing those darker places. So let's just say maybe you kept having a reaction to someone at work and you can't figure it out, but you just find yourself getting frustrated, getting angry, when to blame them, make fun of them, judge them, whatever. But there's something that you know there's something in you, okay? So with this revelation, okay, the light will be shining and the potential, the opportunity for understanding and clarity is going to be really, really high in May, okay? So let's just say, okay, so now all of a sudden, you've been doing that behavior, and now that light's coming, and now this time, we're just going to use that coworker. You have a reaction to that coworker. You understand the teachings. You understand that when you have a reaction, you come in and feel what's happening inside of you. Surrender to those emotions so that you can move through them and know them at a soul level and you do your best. But now, here it comes. Now you're literally feeling the emotion that is getting activated, but this time there's something a little different. This time you can feel a deeper angst, a deeper sadness, a deeper pain in your subconscious. Now you kind of surrender to that emotion, and then all of a sudden, because it's the revelation, whatever that wounding really, really, really is about, now it's coming into awareness. Maybe it has to do with your mom or your dad. I mean, it's going to come back to mother, father, no matter what in this lifetime on some level as the original, even though it really does come from past lives. But now what'll happen is, let's just say that it really was something with your mother and it was in the womb and it was some kind of belief or conclusion that you drew about yourself, like maybe there's maybe there's something wrong with you, maybe you're imperfect, maybe you just feel these feelings that you're just not enough. Well, now that revealing light is going to hit that place of where that pain is. Now you're going to feel the pain, but now you're going to have a better, deeper understanding of it and the opportunity to actually go in and feel that pain, whatever that is, to the point to where you can have awareness of it. Like for example, let's say it started in the womb and it's with mom, and it really does have to do with your mom wasn't present. Maybe when she was pregnant with you, she was either afraid or uncomfortable, fearing maybe her insecurities. She wouldn't be a good mom, or she wouldn't be capable, or maybe she was severely depressed. But whatever she was going through, you were feeling that and you took it in. Now it's going to be revealed. So it's going to hit those places inside where you're actually feeling your own angst, where deeply, deeply, deeply in the subconscious, you're feeling that mom didn't really love you. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, it's going to be different for everyone. But now, for the first time, wow, now you're really feeling that pain. Maybe before you had a belief around it, or maybe, you've done some inner work around it where you surrendered and lots of energy got moved. Maybe, but it was mostly maybe around things like being rejected or being not wanted. But there's a different feeling with all of those. Okay, there's a different sensation, there's a different emotion, which with each of these issues. So if you're feeling unloved, that is deep, and that's going to affect your entire life. Okay. It causes us to be, judging other, finding fault with other, blaming other, undermining other. Okay. But what's happening is we've got the angst inside. We don't know that. We don't know what it is. And yet it's, there's something showing us that we're judging someone else. So with this light literally presenting and shining on our subconscious, that light is going to reveal, okay? It's going to reveal things in a way that it hadn't been before. So think about this, in April we were shrouded, we were percolating, okay, in a sense, percolating. So now we're revealing, okay? It's that revelation, the light, revealing, revelation. So a lot of these deep, deep, deep unconscious places within, some of the things, like I said, you've been working on your whole life, wanting to understand, wanting to reveal, wanting to heal. Well, May is the opportunity, May is the month for this kind of revelation, for this kind of revealing. So when it happens, when you start having understanding, when you start having emotions, let's just say, let's go back to the coworker. You're judging them, finding fault. It creates all this angst. But this time, it's the same. You're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. Okay, you're judging and finding fault. And this time, though, it's a deeper, somehow you can feel it deeper. Like the emotion is more intense. It's tangible. Now you can grab hold of it. Now you can really feel it. Now you can just let yourself surrender to it. And in that surrender, surrendering to your emotions, surrendering to these deep, deep feelings, what happens is, just think about this. It's like layers. Okay, there's a layer, and then there's a layer, and there's a layer underneath. So as you keep surrendering to the emotions that you're feeling, you go deeper and deeper into the subconscious. And because that light that's been shining, that revelation, light of revelation, It's literally shining on those subconscious issues. And in doing that, rather than being hidden in darkness, the light is shining on them, so it can't do anything but get revealed, get exposed. Okay. So here you are doing deep inner work, coworker activated. Okay. Pointing finger. Oh, now you're feeling. Now you're surrendering. And now, as you're going into these deep places of deep pain, all of a sudden, what can happen is, whoa, an understanding, a realization, a memory, memories of your childhood, memories even going all the way back into the womb. Memories can get revealed, people. Here's the thing with this light, the revelation. It's a revealing light. So you might want to just be aware that there could be things coming into your awareness that might be a bit uncomfortable. What's happening now is I'm getting another more information, more download coming to me. So things like this, okay? Like let's just say you suspected that you had been molested, or you suspected that you were, beaten or severely emotionally berated so that it broke you, shattered you, but you can't find anything. So the revelation is going to bring awareness, but it's going to reveal what actually happened. So when you start having memories coming through, people, sometimes it can get a little intense or a little uncomfortable, especially if you don't have memory of something. For example, if there was a violation, let's just say there was sexual abuse and you never had memory, maybe you suspected, but you just couldn't find memory. Now the memories are coming through. It may not be fun. You know what I'm saying? You may not like it. You may be like feeling like, oh my word, I don't want to know this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to remember this. Okay. But the thing is it happened and you lived through it. You're still here. So now is the time to face it. It's presenting for a reason. The acceleration is happening. The divine plan and the unfolding is occurring. We're not going to stop it. So now you have all these memories coming to the surface and you feel like you can't handle it. Okay. Again, people, here's the key. Soften your body. The resistance causes more intensity. If you're having memories, let them come in, let the body have its emotion, cry it out. If there's anger, let it rage it out. Okay, I'm telling you straight up. Lay on your bed, grab a pillow, choke it, squeeze it, pound it, beat it. Let the energy move. When it does, what happens is all this trauma that's been anchored into your subconscious is getting revealed, but more importantly is you are now knowing these traumas in a way you never did before. You're softening, you're surrendering, you're allowing, you're letting yourself know it at a soul level. The soul is knowing these experiences so that it can be done with them, so that it can release. So what happens when you surrender to these really deep emotions, complete surrender, no judging, okay? On the ground, falling apart, crying, screaming, kicking, whatever. Let the body take over. When you come out the other side, that energy is lifted. It's gone, okay? Gone. So what happens is when we've been molested as children, I'm just using that one because it's an intense one, the intensity of it is over. It's even though it happened, the emotional angst that you've been living with, the shame, the terror, the fear, the feeling like no one protected you, you weren't safe, the feeling of shame, regret, all these intense feelings get lifted with that trauma. Okay? And here's what happens. You come out the other side of that, the trauma is over. It's a soul's journey, people. Everything we're doing is a soul's journey. It's to know ourselves in all ways. There is no good, bad, right, wrong. Okay? All there is the soul evolving, and it evolves through direct experience. So now your soul has finally, after who knows how many lifetimes of being sexually abused or whatever those issues are, hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes, okay? It's over. You know it. You went through it. The good news is the angst is gone, the shame is gone, the regret is gone, the horror is gone. Okay? You're moving out the perpetrator's energy, their emotional energy, their soul essence. All this stuff is lifting, lifting, lifting out, out, out. And then when you're done, it's like being liberated, liberated from that abuse, liberated from whatever angst that you've been living that's been buried in your subconscious for all of these years, all your life. Okay. So this month, the month of May, is a pretty potent, powerful month. So it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, there's all kinds. There's abandonment. Many people have lost parents. Maybe they didn't leave the home, but they weren't there emotionally. Maybe there was no protection. Maybe there was abuse, okay, severe abuse. Maybe there was shaming and humiliations, okay? All kinds of things that shatter you, that disconnect you from your light. Okay, disconnect you from who you are. Now you're always in hiding. Okay, and all you are is an emotional reactor, reacting to everything. React, react, react. Okay, okay. So what happens is when you know how to do your inner work and you come in and face these places, it is lifted. The energy is dissolved. You now know it. There's nothing to hold on to, and you are liberated from that. And my direct experience with my own self, as well as thousands and thousands of others, the energy, once that happens, once the energy has been felt and known at a soul level, and I'm watching energy dissipate and dissolve out of the body, it's over. You can't find the same thoughts. You can't seem to find the same reactions. Okay. So pretty soon it's like it's just gone. And what happens, it allows for you to be your true authentic self. It allows for you to show up and share the gift of you. Just you, who you are. And what's really cool is you get happier, guaranteed, you're happier, and you're not holding back. You're just being yourself. And what's kind of a trip is in the past, you thought you were being yourself, but you weren't. You were being as a controlled ego, false self that you were presenting to the world. Now, as you clear out more and more, you're presenting your true authentic self. There's happiness, there's joy, there's laughter, there's fun. You're not seeing the world in angst and the horrors and the crisis. You're seeing it in a different way, the divine plan unfolding. Nothing for you to do. You don't have to save anyone, fix anyone, try to make life different for anyone because you're changed. The truth is, you can't change anyone's world anyway. So, this month of May, this is going to be profound. So, welcome it, say yes to it. I want to just kind of like do a little activation in the heart area so that you can really, really bring this in. But I just want to remind you, we've got some really cool things supporting you for the group clearings coming in May. So another thing that we're doing, it's a series. It's the Inner Child series. This one will really, really support you in the month of May and even beyond. Okay, so the Inner Child series in May, the first one is with your mother. Okay, Inner Child series, and that series is literally going to teach you how to come into your own subconscious and start facing and discovering all the different pains and anguishes and hurts and beliefs that you've anchored in, and how to clear and unravel, people. In that particular series, I am guiding you into yourself. I'll be guiding you all the way, and it will be profoundly life-changing. Okay, so the Inner Child series will be awesome. There's like 5 parts to it. So we do cover the mother, we do cover the father, we do cover loss of innocence, we do cover shame and death and grief. All of these will support you in this journey that we're coming into for the month of May. Okay, so you want to make sure you get in on those. Those would be awesome, awesome ways in which to literally shift and change inside. It'll really help with this whole experience of, yourself coming in, facing the wounding. So we also have 2 other group clearings, just our normal group clearings, and one is regret on the 9th of May, and the other one is self-forgiveness on the 23rd of May. So, we got so much support. May's going to be huge, people. May is the month for kick butt, man. Just really shifting changes. So I'm really excited for May. So I want to do an activation to help you get started for the month of May. Let's just get things going. Let's get it moving. Let's get it rolling so that you can be even more liberated. Okay? So coming right in, I'm going to go right into your subconscious. I'm also going to go into that heart chakra. Actually, hang on a second. Let me get a sense of what am I being asked to do. Oh, got it. I got it. Okay, people, here's what I'm going to do. That channel that connects all the chakras, I'm being guided, shown to literally blast that with light, open that up so all the chakras have more light coming to them, which will also activate them in even more and bring even more to awareness. All right? All right, here we go. All right, from the very crown all the way up to the top of the head, all the way through the body. That channel that connects, I'm going to be bringing in the light. I'm going to use that white flame. We're going to come right through that channel, bringing in that light very quickly, shattering any debris, any darkness in that channel of energy that connects the chakras. Now, coming in with that light, 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 light. Sa. There we go. Sa. There we go. One more time. Sa. There we go. Nice. All righty. Month of May.